Inside Finance and Profit, you'll find the Product Profit Calculator. One thing I think a lot of creative business owners struggle with is knowing whether a product is actually making money, especially once you factor in packaging, shipping, fees, discounts, and all the little costs that add up behind the scenes. And that is where the Product Profit Calculator comes in. So it's designed to help you understand your pricing clearly before you sell something, not afterwards when you realize that your margins were much smaller than you expected. So inside the calculator, you've got your calculations here and your saved pricing library. The calculator is where you add a new calculation. But first, let's go into an example board. So here, I'm able to add the individual costs that go into making this product. Things like materials, packaging, fees, and shipping. And if I'm typing in the cost per unit, I put the quantity as 1. That way I'm calculating it for every product sold. You can change the currency here by clicking the drop down. You can add a new component by just clicking here. If we scroll down, this is where we can input the desired selling price. And if you want, you can add in a discount to see what your profit margins would be with a discount included. That way, you know that if you're running a sale, you're still making a good profit. It helps you understand whether a sale is actually profitable before you run it. The calculator also color codes your margin strength, which gives you a quick visual understanding of whether your pricing is sitting in a healthy place. Without a discount, you can see your profit margin here, and with a discount, you can see the comparison. It tells you what your discounted price should be, what your profit is per unit, and what margin you're in. So if you've got a low profit margin, you can change your desired selling price or change your fees to try and get your margin higher. It's a really great way to play around with your numbers before you put your product live. You can then save your pricing to the pricing library, which will add it to the library, which you can either view here or on the main dashboard by flipping between these two tabs. You'll see some examples here of where the profit margin might seem lower, excellent, or good. You can download the full pricing report by clicking this button here, and it will automatically create a spreadsheet with all your pricings. But if you want to see them in a visual way, just click calculator and you can see every pricing calculation here. So let's say you're interested in selling at wholesale. So if I was selling enamel pins at wholesale, I would title it here just to make it really clear that this is a wholesale pricing cost. Not always, but usually a shop would charge 2.4 times what they buy it from you. So let's do the calculations. Instead of working out my profit margins for 50 pins, I would work out my margins based on actual costs. So let's input some components. So for this enamel pin, I know that shops will probably retail it at around £9 or £10. So I can test different wholesale prices here and instantly see how it affects my actual margins. If I was to sell it to them for £2.50, that gives me a really low margin. So to make this viable, I want to start increasing my price and seeing how that affects my margin. Or if you know that they want to sell it for £10 and you want to give your wholesale retailers 55% off, you're still running at a great margin, which means you would sell this product for £4.50 per unit. All of your pricing calculations are saved in your dashboard, so you can view them and edit them anytime.